Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So better late than never. I know there's a bunch of other videos out there, but I also wanted to do one because I finally got my hands on the Optimus Primal and the Megatron for the Beast Wars reissue, and I believe this is a Walmart exclusive. So I was lucky enough to find the four of them between two Walmarts. Now the shelves are pretty plentiful again. Luckily in my area, right near Montreal in Quebec, Canada, they're not too hard to find. I'm noticing other people in comments and Transformers groups that I'm in, I guess it's supply and demand where you go. Some people are having a really hard time finding these. Not to brag, but there's a bunch of them on the shelves. So nevertheless, I want to take a look at these boxes, open them up, transform them, and let you know if they stand up to what they were like when I was a kid, and if you should buy them. So right away, I'm not gonna wait till the end of the video. Yes, you should buy these if you are a Transformers fan, if you're a Beast Wars fan, because the boxes look great. The toys are very close to how I remember them as, I don't want to say child, maybe a young teenager, because all of these Beast Wars were actually my brother's. I was kind of out of toys at the time, but I did all the transformations for him because he's 5 years younger than me, and he just wasn't doing it that well at the time. So, backstory out of the way, let's take a look at Megatron first. So his purple is a little darker than the 1996. Don't quote me, you can go Google it to know for sure, but I'll say, early to mid 90s. Taking a look at his, they all had a gimmick back in the day, which I loved, and I wish they would come back. So Megatron, you can remove his throat and tongue, and there's a cavity where you could put it back in, and you fill up the, I guess, bladder with water, and as you attract his head, he would squirt water at you, and I guess that would be the acid spray. Now, on both of his hips, on the top portion of his hip, they will pop out, and there is a firing mechanism. You can see the discolored button, and it will shoot a boomerang-shaped projectile, which is very cool. There we go. You can't see how far it went, but they shoot fairly well. They look pretty cool in the dinosaur mode, and they also work in the robot mode. I'm trying to think now. Probably my brother lost these. I'm thinking a lot of the accessories, a lot of the projectiles probably went missing. I know for a fact our original Optimus Primal was missing his missiles. I know the mace was missing. So we're going to get to the transformation, which is pretty ingenious for the time, and I'm glad that it came back. I think for me, this is exactly how it was transformed. Now, I do remember how to transform it. It's just that this is a brand new toy. I'm guessing they use the same mold, and the plastic, the joints, and I guess the portions where the screws are put in are extremely tight. Not so tight that sometimes you get that feeling or that inkling that they'll break, but it was very tight, and I didn't want to chance it, so I was pulling gingerly just to loosen everything up and start turning and make sure that the joints will stand up to a few transformations, because obviously it's going to be displayed on my shelf. But every once in a while you get that itch to transform them, having them in robot mode or vehicle mode, in this case beast mode. So it's very simplistic, and I really like that about Megatron. Basically you open up his back, you put his torso upright, you spin the legs around, and the tail and the arm, the tail and his head become the arms. And again, they both have gimmicks where the mouth can still spray. There's a little bit of articulation and a joint. His left arm has kind of like a, I guess, a crab claw, or I don't want to say grappling hook. That's not the right word. I'm thinking of, it's like an extendable and retractable claw. I guess that would be the weakest part of the toy, but play value as kids. I'm sure my brother loved this toy. He'll have to speak in the comments, Jordy Kong, if you're watching. And then to stand him, because he does become a little top heavy, he has these nice little heels that kick out of his feet, and again the arm is retractable. The spring and the I guess gear mechanism inside is again a little tight. You have to fiddle around with it, but you can get it to pose the way you like. Again, the colors look great. You know, I'm not a huge fan that the screws are on the robot side of the arm, but, you know, they had to pick and choose. So obviously one side was going to have that, whether it was in dinosaur or robot mode. But, you know, the colors look great. He looks fantastic. He does not feel cheap. A quality toy. Thumbs up for Megatron. Next, we'll take a look at Optimus Primal, who also has a few gimmicks on him. He has good coloration. I like the molding. You know how they tried to make the make it look like fur on the Optimus Prime. So for Optimus Primal's gimmick, there is a lever in the back, and you have to situate his arms, kind of like in a gorilla chest-thumping pose. And, you know, it works rather well. Once you have his arms situated, it's kind of fun to do. Also, he has extra hiding weapon ports. You can have him kind of standing upright, but I prefer to have him displayed gorilla mode. Also, on his hindquarters is a button that will expose his two missile launchers on the top, and again, they both have projectiles. Very cool, very throwback of the time. It's crazy, like, for me, I still think late 90s, early 2000s wasn't that long ago, and it's, you know, it's 25 years ago. It's ridiculous. On the side, we have his two sabers. They could be in a hand each. I like to display it where he holds both of them in one hand, kind of a, you know, a double-edged Darth Maul style sword. Pan the camera up a little bit for transformation. Optimus Primal is very easy and satisfying. You straighten him out, you turn his hips 360 degrees, or 180 degrees rather. My apologies for that. You fold his feet in, you fold the robot feet out, and his color scheme is, you know, I like it. I like this color a lot. The black, the white with the little flecks of red. Very, very nice, and they did a good job capturing it in the Beast Wars, I guess you would call it cartoon, even though it was computer generated. Now his head is a little stuck here, and I remember as a kid, a lot of people lost the faceplate and the top of the monkey head. You see these at yard sales and flea markets a lot with that piece missing. That'll click in. Again, remember, it's all brand new, so it feels a little snug, but never, I don't think it's going to break or at least wear down too soon. Here is his beast mask, and I think the way they did that, I think it was part of the toy storyline that it would help because the planet had so much energon on it, so maybe that was part of protecting the robot mode. I know they worked it into the cartoon where they had to keep going back to their beast mode, so their body wouldn't get overloaded by the energon. Now, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think that's where, you know, the beast mask was obviously first, the mutant mask, but maybe that's how they worked it into the story. That's the way I like to think. And then here he is, totally transformed, and he is an awesome looking figure. You know, I'm not the biggest Optimus Prime fan, but this Optimus Primal is excellent. And then again, another one of his gimmicks, we have a double barrel projectile, or maybe shotgun, that swings back into the inside of his forearm. It's released by squeezing the plastic. There's no spring action on that, except for the gun. It's just regular plastic that you squeeze. And then on the right forearm, we have a skull with spikes mace, which, you know, I don't think it really fits Optimus Primal. I don't know the reason behind this, but at the same time, it looks pretty cool. You know, as a weapon, you know, a Transformer's weapon, that's... I can't think of another Transformer that would have a mace or a whip. And then again, you can press the button on his hindquarters, and this is Optimus Primal, all souped up and ready to do battle with Megatron. And then, like I was mentioning earlier, I like to put his double, you know, curved sabers in his hand like that. But you can put one in each hand, it's entirely up to you, or that hand can become the double-barreled shotgun. But I think he looks fantastic. I love this Optimus Primal. The two of them standing next to each other, Optimus Primal's taller, which, you know, we all know in the cartoon, and then the War for Cybertron, Beast Wars, the third chapter of the trilogy, that was not the case either. I think even regular Optimus Prime was taller, but, you know, fantastic toys. I love them. And here's a quick comparison with my old Optimus Primal. Not my original, but one that I found about 10 years ago at the yard sales. and I think the only difference is the face paint. The coloration of Optimus Prime's head. The newer one is a little darker. But overall, guys, I would recommend both of these. If you find them, pick them up. They'd look great in your Transformers collection. And that's going to do it for this quick review slash, you know, just me rambling about Transformers that I liked from the past. So again, if you find these and you enjoy them, I'd say pick them up. They're well worth the money. And if you like this video, maybe hit that thumbs up button. Did I really say that? I did. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.